Wait, just a sec. Breathe life into your Christmas leftovers with these recipes. This was posted by Serious Eats 2 minutes ago. And I'm like, wait, what season is it? Christmas. We're like 3 months away from Christmas. Well, 3 months past Christmas. And it is uh, Easter today. Yeah, Christmas leftovers. I was just like randomly scrolling through Twitter right now, and Serious Eats, one of the food accounts I follow, literally has like Christmas leftover recipes. Like, what the heck? What is up with that? The only Christmas leftovers would be fruitcake, and fruitcake doesn't need preservation. I, I hear that a lot. Is that actually true, or is that a meme? I know. Well, here's the thing. Whenever you say fruitcake, there's two different kinds of fruitcake. There's the, well, I guess there's the Christmas cake slash fruitcake in Japan, which is essentially a strawberry shortcake. And then there's one that in the, maybe not in the West, I think this might be an American thing, where it's like a bunch of candied fruits and really, really sugary stuff in a very, very dense cake slash bread. And that is the American fruitcake, which I think I've had once or twice, and I can tell you it's nothing like cake, and it's not exactly my favorite, and I think I understand why people don't like it in general. Fruitcake and legitimate last, there's a reason why it's such a common back in the day. Is it really? Oh, it's probably because of the amount of sugar, right? Yeah, I guess, when people think about sugar and food, they think like it's gonna rot really quickly, but I guess the thing is, if you put enough sugar, like too much sugar, then whatever bacteria that was there is actually going to die. I don't know. I think it has something to do with osmosis or something, and not necessarily sugar itself. So overload with sugar, overload with salt, enough osmosis to where it draws out the water from the bacteria, and it's going to kill it. It kind of, it does have the same effect on you. If you have too much salt, or you have too much sugar, you will dehydrate. 100% you will dehydrate. Um, this is also why voice actors and singers are told to stay away or limit the sugar intake, especially on recording days. And because of that, also, not that I'm a voice actor or a singer, I have been limiting my sugar at least on days I stream. However, I also still can't help have the occasional um pancake and whatnot right before stream, especially after work, because I need something heavy, but that also screws up my throat. So yeah. Don't like it myself, but it was a food you could just mail off back in the 20th and late 19th centuries. Late 19th centuries would be the 1800s, right? I keep forgetting which one's which. Anyway, welcome everyone to the channel. Welcome on this Easter morning. If you celebrate Easter, happy Easter. If you don't celebrate Easter, it's still happy Easter. But probably don't celebrate it. Regardless, have some good food today, or some rest, whichever it might be. But yeah, I don't usually stream on Sundays, as most people could tell, but I couldn't find a day to do this particular uh thing. I say thing because I was thinking maybe don't do it as a stream, but also I was thinking maybe I can do it as a video. And recently I've been notorious for falling back into old habits and not releasing videos, because I find myself uh picking up games that requires a gigantic time investment or continuity for the streams, so it's kind of like, okay, I don't really have the energy and time to do these videos, so we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. I might still be able to do a video afterwards, but we're at least going to be able to check this particular thing out on stream, and based on that, I will be writing a review and making a video out of that. Though it might be still too early to do that because this is technically a beta test. Um, and if you really, really wanted to, you could join the beta test. The link is in the description for anyone who wants to do that. It's not just for streamers, but I have seen some people stream this, and I'll be honest, I was a little bit hesitant, a little bit iffy about trying this particular thing out, just because it didn't seem like it would be effective. But just scrolling through some screenshots, just checking out what people had to say in that actually tested this thing, it might actually be better than Shoshingo for reasons that we'll find out later. I have a hunch on why it might be a little bit better, and in a gamified format, it's probably not too bad. But we'll see just how good it actually does. I have an impression it'll be a little bit better though. Will it replace books and other resources? Probably not, but it would probably help absorb some things a little bit easier. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now with this one. But yeah, I guess I kind of jumped into the explanation really quick. I should have also said I woke up like 2 hours ago and was basically in bed doing my dailies on my gacha games, and like just got up an hour ago, got some tea, and now my throat is suffering because it's trying to hydrate with everything that I've just drunk. Tip for anyone who wants to do voice stuff in general or use their voice for anything: don't drink anything unless you are absolutely thirsty right before recording, because those mucous membranes will definitely screw you over, like it's screwing me over right now. You cannot tell because I am muting profusely. Yeah, I am muting profusely and using a lower tenor for it, but yeah, anyway. But yeah, so weird thing about this particular app, Wagotabi. Wagotabi, wa as in Japanese, go as in language, tabi as in travel. They actually have that in the kanji in the subtitles. But this will be available on Steam. However, there is no Steam demo. And if you sign up for the beta is on mobile. So I have to use an Android emulator to stream this. I could probably use my phone, but it's a bit of a pain to do so. So yeah, I don't know how well it does on the emulator. I haven't really tried past the first screen, but it just kind of like dumps you in there. So we're gonna check that out really quick then. All right, this stream's probably not gonna be too long, so just FYI. But we will try to do our best with the beta test, and if you spot anything, let me also know, because I might not see it. And feel free to what do you call this? To follow along with the lessons, because this is 100% Japanese lessons, but I'm not quite sure how they're going to present it. All right, let's move over to the screen really quick. Hoping this works. Let's see. There we go. All right. I think the audio's a little bit low. I'm gonna raise it just a bit. There we go. So this is literally the first screen that they show when you boot up the app. And we're just gonna go through this then. According to legend, there are 47 grandmasters of Japanese spread in their castle across the 47 prefectures of Japan. Okay. 47 Grandmasters of Japanese. Oh, I guess this is for the game itself, because I don't... It's like, Grandmasters of Japanese in Japan? Okay, that's not an actual thing, at least I don't think so. There probably would be more, if there was. They agree to share their knowledge, symbolized by their seal, the Hanko. Oh no, the Hanko seal. Yeah, Japan has 47 prefectures. For anyone who doesn't know, prefectures are basically like states or in the US or provinces in any other place in the world. I'm not exactly sure what the definition of a prefecture is, like officially, but yeah, they do have 47 prefectures, which is a lot more than you would think for a tiny little island the size of California. basically. Hanko is a seal. You probably have seen the little red cylindrical stamps that people use in anime and movies and whatnot. Those are the Hanko seals, and those are basically used for any documents or even Amazon deliveries and stuff like that as a signature, because they don't really use signatures over there. I think signatures might be a thing, kind of, sort of, but seals are like the shorthand way of signatures, and if you don't have a seal, the document is not official, apparently. They did try to phase that out recently, from what I've heard in a couple of podcasts, but it's kind of like not everyone is doing it, because technically the Japanese government cannot enforce any of that. I don't know why. For some reason, the Japanese government has really low enforcement power, and I don't understand it. With kanji, you think signatures should be hard? I guess so. I mean, the general Japanese public can do kanji fairly decently. Are they 100% good at it? Probably not. I do know that a lot of Japanese people still have issues with writing kanji. If it's on text, if it's on if it's on keyboard or text, it's not too bad. But when you actually have to handwrite it, I wouldn't say impossible, but definitely a lot more difficult. Definitely difficult. Anyway, moving on. With those who just succeed in demonstrating the mastery of Japanese. Okay. Rumor has it that whoever manages to collect all 47 seals will unlock the secrets of Japanese and become Grandmaster in turn. One of your ancestors is reputed to have been a Grandmaster. This legendary quest has become tradition in your family. Okay, just a minor little nitpick. I'm not sure if you see the little black lines around the text. I'm not sure if that's a text issue or there's an image issue here. So I guess I'm going to put that down as part of the beta test. I don't know. I should probably have like a separate note for this, but can you do signatures with symbols? I think it would just be regular handwriting, to be honest. Because you can't really do cursive with kanji, like we know as cursive. Because when we think signatures in the West, it's cursive, right? But a lot of times people can't even do proper cursive, and they just do this little squiggly line that looks like cursive and becomes essentially illegible. So, no, I guess not. I guess they can also do the idle thing and actually write the signatures in Roman alphabet and do some fancy calligraphy with that. I don't know, but in the traditional sense of cursive equals signature, no, I don't think it's really possible. Though there are some really flowy scripts if you look at old Japanese that are nigh impossible to read unless you're like super fluent in it. Oh no! Is this Pokemon? I guess we're doing Pokemon. Welcome! My name is Kinoko and people call me Kinoko Sensei. Oh yeah, hello Professor Oak. Japanese may seem impossible to master. Let me see if I can read this. kare, kare, well, kare. This is he, this is man. Kare dare? Kare otoko ha, mari? Mari desu? Oh, no, this should be man, right? No, kanojo. No. I am confused. Okay, off the bat though, forcing you to actually read the Japanese is probably not a bad idea. Shishingo, it's a picture association in the word, but you get mostly nouns with that. They do have some verbiage on the back of the cards. But here, it's more like, can you read this? This is what we're going to be training you to do. At least that's what I'm getting the impression of off the bat here. Japanese may seem impossible to master, or at least very difficult. What's this over here? Actually, no, what's this? Ah, feedback! Oh, okay. Okay, we got feedback, but I don't need notes. What's this? Tutorial, all that stuff. Alright. So if we have any feedback, we'll definitely do that here. However, if you take it one step at a time, you'll see that Japanese can be learned by anyone. Yes, you can learn it anyone can learn it, but how much time did it take to learn it? At least 1 year for the very basics, I feel like. If you focus just on kanji, if you focus just on kanji, you can do it in as little as 1 year. I don't think you can do it much faster than that unless you're an utter genius. But most people take longer than that. And I guess for the advantage for people outside of Japan is there are ways to crank it out in 1 year, kanji I mean. And also grammar if you do that side by side. With Japanese, as like Japanese people, they do that their entire lives, kind of like how you do English your entire life. So is it slow? Is it slower that way? I guess so. But that's just also the education system, right? If you're learning a second language, you don't have the time to start all the way from the beginning and do 13 years of that stuff. So you have to find easier ways to learn it. And, that's just kind of how it is. But it can be learned by anyone. Kanji, hiragana, katakana. For anyone who's learning Japanese, you probably know these already. Katakana is this... I call katakana fake kanji because there are some kanji-looking characters in katakana. Hiragana is the rounder script, easier to read by most people, very easy to differentiate. And then kanji is the Chinese characters, which more or less mean the same thing in Chinese, just pronounced differently. Kind of. In Japanese, there are 3 types of characters to use together: hiragana, katakana, and kanji, and this is why everything is so freaking complicated. Hiragana are used to express syllable sounds such as ah, me, no. Click the hiragana on your screen to hear the pronunciation, okay?
Ah.
Oh.
Me. No.
That's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's a little bit robotic.
Ah. Me.
But I think it gets the point across.
No.
Alright. Hiragana have rounded shapes and the characters you'll come across most at first. Yeah. I think we covered that. Hiragana could be written entirely... Oh, wait. Japanese could be written entirely in hiragana. Oh, my voice is garbled. Just a second. Okay. Japanese could be written entirely in hiragana, but we use 2 other writing systems. Now, off the bat, before we continue, does anyone know why you can't just use hiragana alone? Well, you can, but why would it be not easy to do that? If you think about it, right? If you just listen to Japanese, you can probably pick it up pretty easily what they're saying, given enough time and given enough examples. But in writing is where things get very messy very quickly. The main reason here would be that Japanese as a language, I suppose, doesn't really have that many sounds compared to other languages. Like, in English you have 26 letters. Does that mean you only have 26 sounds? No, technically not. Those letters, when you combine them, makes different sounds, or at least prompts you to pronounce them in different ways. In Japanese, they have very set amounts of sounds. You have a, e, I, o, u, and you also have the consonants that are associated with that: ka, mi, no, and sa, and so forth. And it's very, what do you call it? It's very set. There's really no what do you call this? Variation to it, and you can string the words together, but eventually you'll run into homophones, which are words that sound the same but mean different. Not that English doesn't have them, but you run into that more in Japanese. And while speaking, you have a lot of context clues to figure out what people are saying, so the homophones aren't such a huge issue. But when you're writing it and you're trying to read things really, really quickly, it becomes a little bit more difficult to figure out what the heck is this saying, because if everything is in hiragana and there are no spaces, here's the main thing. Japanese don't use spaces in their writing system. If they did, maybe it wouldn't be so bad, but it would also still be fairly difficult to read, or at least disambiguate. At least from experience, that's what I've seen, and I think that's what some people say also. But it's mainly a space issue. Couldn't they add spaces and make it a lot easier? Probably, yeah. And I think they did that also in the 80s with the early RPGs and games. They only use hiragana, and they seem to be okay back then. But maybe it was a little bit hard to read. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe someone could actually explain that a little bit more, or at least tell us more about that. But we also have katakana, which is mostly used to write foreign words or sound effects, and also animals, and also some fruit I don't understand. And for some reason, kaban, bag, is also written in katakana. I don't know where that word comes from. I haven't really looked it up on why that's the case, but some random things are in katakana. Also, probably not something that people mention a whole lot, but it does happen. Sometimes words are written in katakana for emphasis in writing. Kind of like how we bold and italicize words, katakana also can be used for the same thing. Robotic sounds too are the same. They express the same sounds as hiragana but have more angular shapes. The last writing system is known as kanji. Everyone loves and hates this thing. These characters came from China over 1500 years ago, and we should probably get rid of them. No, that's just me. That's me. Probably a lot of people too, but that's me.
Yama,
Oh, you can still click this.
ki,
What did you say?
ki,
That's a little hard to hear.
kawa,
Kawa. Let's see. Feedback right away. Some audio clips are a little hard to hear. Example. Tree. There we go. Let's say this. There we go.
ありがとうございます。
Hey! It's pretty neat. Unlike hiragana and katakana, they express a concept and can have several pronunciations. Yeah, that's the other thing with kanji. Did Chinese have an impact on the spoken language? I would say... So, I did kind of look this up. And I would probably say... Maybe yes. I say maybe yes. Because the way... the way Japanese was back in the day, like when I say back in the day, way back in the day, Japan did not have a writing system for the longest time. It was only ever spoken. And then somehow someone liked Chinese enough to import their writing system, which is kanji. However, however, if you think of Chinese, it doesn't matter which Chinese, Mandarin, or whatever other versions of Chinese there are. When you think of Chinese, you hear these very pitched sounds that, depending on how you say it, the same I guess sound, depending on how it's pitched, will have completely different meanings, and that's the very complicated part about Chinese. However, in Japanese, there's no tonal pitch. Well, they do have tone, they do have pitch, but it doesn't determine really, for the most part, what a word means. I mean, there's a few things like hashi, which is bridge, or also can mean chopsticks. And I've seen some people say, depending on how you pitch the shi portion of hashi, you could mean a bridge, you could mean a chopstick, but in context, when you're eating, you're not going to be thinking about a bridge. So it's more lenient, I guess, in that way. But kanji itself has like two different sets of pronunciations. They'll probably get into this, but we'll preview it really quickly. They have onyomi, which is based on the original Chinese pronunciations. And then there's kunyomi, which is based on the original Japanese pronunciations. Now, you would think just because something has onyomi or kunyomi, or they typically have both, and depending on the word, it's going to be pronounced differently. Just because you think they have onyomi, you only have two pronunciations per kanji, and that is not true. It is definitely not true. Think of kanji less as letters and think of it more as ideas, which is basically what they mentioned just now. So for mountain, the character for mountain here can be pronounced as Yama or San. You always hear about Fuji-san, which is Mount Fuji. But if you talk about the mountain itself, or something related to the mountain, you say typically Yama. Like a mountain road, Yama no Michi or Yamamichi. If you talk about, but San is typically what you use if you describe like the name of a mountain, usually. I don't know. And then there's for tree, you have ki, which is normally used for just describing a tree. However, if it's something tree related, you don't use ki, you use moku. So it becomes a little bit weird that way. River is another example. Most people know river as kawa, right? And I don't think it changes much. Kawa is kawa. However, when you use the river kanji in a name, kawa typically will change to gawa for some reason or another, which I have no idea why. So it's depending on the usage, depending on the context, the pronunciation will change, and that's just something you have to get through your head, for lack of a better phrase. You just have to memorize it, and eventually the more you do this, the better feel you get for which pronunciation you do. But yes, at the beginning it is very difficult to get that get that through your head. And a lot of times when you use different kanjis, it makes sense on their usage, but when you eventually I don't know, when you I mean, like when you use, let me redo this because I think I just lost my train of thought. When you use kanji in text, most of the time it makes sense how they're used. However, sometimes the way they're used doesn't exactly mean what they represent in characters. Sometimes they're just used to approximate what they mean, and they're used only for their pronunciations, which is a little bit weird. I'd assume Fuji-san was kind of respectful. It is, in a way. How, like, Fuji is the name of the mountain. I think Fuji itself has a meaning, which I'm not quite sure of. But san, you know san typically as an honorific for most people. It's just a respect kind of thing. However, san also in writing would mean mountain if you use this kanji. And you could also say Mr. Fuji would be Fuji-san, but you wouldn't use the mountain kanji for Mr. Fuji. But for Fuji-san, the mountain, you would use Fuji and mountain for the kanji. In spoken, it doesn't really. It's ambiguous, but in writing, it's clearer. So it's a little bit weird how Japanese works in that. It's like when you're speaking, it's more of a grammar, it's more of a feel. You kind of get it, you kind of get a feel for it. But in writing, it's very specific, and the kanji helps specify what you're talking about. It's very weird. It's very weird. Kangar pretty close in sounds. Yeah, I think that's the intent, and because what do you call this? Because of that change, you kind of have an idea what they're talking about. Anyway, that's my spiel with kanji before they actually say anything about kanji. Unlike hiragana and katakana, they express concepts and have several pronunciations, which is annoying. Some are easy to recognize because they look like what they represent. Mountain kind of looks like the same. River, I guess if you look at hard enough, they're the same. Tree, I don't know. I kind of accepted it looks the same, but not really. Look at the kanji for tree, mountain, and river. Similar, right? Except for tree. I don't know. Maybe it does to you, but to me it doesn't. It all sounds difficult, but don't worry, we'll learn step by step. They won't throw you into the river for this one just yet, but later on, and I'm running into this in WaniKani right now. When you get the compound kanji, when you get kanji that have several smaller kanji in it, it becomes very nebulous, it becomes very confusing, and honestly, it doesn't make sense why they chose those kanji for the bigger kanji. And I don't think we'll be getting into WaniKani at the end of this stream because that's a whole nother hour and two. But yeah, it's complicated. Don't worry, we'll learn step by step. Okay. All right. Well, can you tell me what you look like? Oh wow, Professor Oak, or Professor Mushroom, because you're Kinoko Sensei. I guess we'll just randomize. Oh, that's not good. No. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Oh, you know what? This actually looks like me. As close to me as possible. Let me change my skin tone really quick. We are going to be... We're going to be... Ghostman? Do I want to be Ghostman or do I want to be close to my skin color? I don't really care, to be honest. But it needs to... I guess I want to be not so glaring on the screen. I will be, crap. Let's be a little bit Walter White over here. I don't know. My hat is definitely not green. I do not want that. It's kind of like more this color. I wish you can... What do you call it? I wish you can, right-click select color. It's not a huge thing, but is there a way to copy color from one character item to another. EX at color to clothes color. Customization.
ありがとうございます。
Customization that Pokemon doesn't give you right away, at least in the modern games. But it does give it to you eventually, I guess. I think. If I remember my Pokemon. No, back! I'm not done with this. I'm not done with this. My shirt. Oh wait, my glasses should be white, right? Yeah, glasses should be pure white. Oh, you do get different things. Oh, okay, so there's eyes and there's glasses, and it looks like there's something unlocked. Unlocked during adventure. Okay, you have like regular hat, and you got the other thing. I guess if we have to pick a hair, oh, that's not my hair at all. Maybe we just don't do any hair. Let's pretend we're Walter White. We're bald under here. That might be for the best. Okay, you can't customize the body. Clothes. I do not know the difference between these two. It's a little hard to tell. But I'm gonna change it to something greenish, because or maybe whatever this color is. Whatever this color is, what is it? Ah, it's between orange and red. Okay. I don't like that color. I don't like that color. Let's make this green. My jacket is a little bit. My jacket doesn't look green in the art that you see, but it's more like an olive green in real life. So we'll do it like that. We'll do it like that. Pants are denim. Denim, or yeah, denim. I like my denim pants. Red shoes? Who the heck uses red shoes? Wait, what's this? Oh, that's a skirt. It's like, what the heck is it? Oh, that's a skirt. Shoes? No, I don't know. Red shoes? Feels weird, not gonna lie. I'm just gonna make this the same color as the hat, because why not? Miscellaneous, we got a mustache. Well, the goatee doesn't really work too well in this thing, so I guess we'll just have a mustache instead. Yeah, we'll do a mustache. Why not? Alright, character customization done. That's pretty neat. May I know your name? My name is Ruka. It's Ruka. Ruka, isn't it? What a lovely name! Oh no, this is definitely Pokemon. They're just missing the actual Pokemon to make it Pokemon at this point. Alas, I'm no longer young and have a bit of trouble with names. I'll just call you Ho 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 if you don't mind. Sure. No one's ever called me that, but sure. I wish you good luck on your journey. Wow. Wow. First step in journey, okay. Oh, okay. I guess I can't use the mouse anymore? Father. Oh no! In Pokemon it's always mom, but in here it's dad. The big day has arrived. Isn't it strange to think you're going so far away? I too left for Japan to carry on the family tradition. What family tradition? I didn't become a Grand Master, but those years deeply changed me. Oh, that thing. That book on the table helped me a lot during my journey. It's a legacy from our family, and it's now yours. Get it, and I'll tell you how to use it. Okay, Dad. I want to look at the picture, though. Use the joystick to move around. Oh, there's an on-screen thing. I get. Well, keep in mind this is going to be also on mobile, so if you want to use the mobile version, there will be an on-stick thing. However, this is also available on Steam. Did I put the Steam link in the description? Let me see. I did not put the Steam link in the description. I will do that because they do have a link in the store. In the Steam store, but it's not available yet. So let me do that really quick before I forget. So there's a link for the Wagotabi website, and then I will put the Steam link so that you can wishlist it if you are interested in this. All right. Use the joystick. We will not use the joystick. I'm gonna use the WASDA. WASDA works on the emulator. Can I look at this? Can I click on anything? No, my posters, I cannot click on that. So there's a collab with a prefecture. Are they interested in increasing tours or some initiative? I'm not exactly sure what the motivation here is. I know it is in collaboration with Kagawa Prefecture. And I guess it might be for tourism. I know nothing about Kagawa Prefecture. I don't think I've passed through Kagawa Prefecture. Let me check actually. Where's Kagawa Prefecture? Kagawa Prefecture. I'm thinking, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. I know I'm getting distracted, but this is important to give context on what the heck we're looking at. Alright, I'm just gonna make a screenshot really quick because I don't want to do a window share. Desktop. Okay. Really quick, really quick. So, I don't know, I don't remember when they mentioned it. They might have mentioned it at the very beginning, or maybe they mentioned it. They might have mentioned it in the website itself. But Kagawa Prefecture... Oh, I guess you can't see the mouse. It doesn't show the mouse. Maybe I have to be on the picture. Anyway, Kagawa Prefecture is in Shikoku. You kind of can see it in this red dotted line over here. And Shikoku is one of those prefectures that a lot of tourists do not go to. Myself included, I have not been there, though I do want to go there at one point. Is that what Kagawa is known for? Udon? So I hear, so I hear. Rori-san might know better, but yeah, apparently Kagawa has really good udon. The nature in Shikoku in general supposedly is also really good. I mean, Kyushu's pretty good for its nature, Tohoku is good for its nature, but Shikoku is basically Booni's area of Japan, along with a little bit of Chubu, if you really want to get down to it. However, yeah, Kagawa Prefecture might definitely want some tourist interest, and the game is set in Kagawa Prefecture, I think, so that's probably what we're doing here. A lot of people go to Kanto, which is where Tokyo is. A lot of people go to Kansai, which is where Kyoto and Osaka are. And some people go to Hiroshima. I highly recommend going to Hiroshima, if at least for the historical aspect, but also it's a nice place in general with lots of stuff around. But but very few people, I don't think I know anyone personally that has ever gone to Shikoku. And Shikoku is one of those places that's very hard to get to. And if you go to Shikoku, highly recommend to drive around there. They do have trains, but it is mostly countryside. It is also mostly mountainous. So driving is recommended to get around there. I want to do it one of these days. Not sure when, but I want to do it one of these days. So it could be a tourism thing, but I don't dislike it. I don't dislike that angle. It's kind of like how Zombieland Saga was the tourism anime for Saga Prefecture. And I went to Saga Prefecture because of it. Otherwise, I would have never thought about doing that. What's here? Full of dust! Oh no, don't call me out on that. I should clean my room off. Don't call me out on that! My room is not that dusty, but just because I have the Roomba clean it every so often, but I don't clean my shelves. So there is that issue. It's not bedtime. No, it's not. Okay, fine, let's get the book. Dictionary unlocked. Japanese book unlocked. Great. Now that you've got your book, you'll need to fill it. The pages on the table contain Japanese words that you can collect. So instead of a Pokédex, you have a dictionary. Collect the words on the table. Okay. Oh. Okay.
田中
Tanaka. A quite common Japanese last name. It is in hiragana, but there is a kanji for this. I'm not sure what the kanji is, though. At the end of this lesson, you'll unlock your first Japanese words. However, you'll have to earn them. You need to complete a series of exercises to unlock them. This is your first word in Japanese. It's Tanaka, written in hiragana. Over here, you can find new kana related to the word. You have this, and if you need an off-game reference, there's plenty of charts around, so keep that in mind. A kana is considered new if you've never encountered it before. Click ta.
Ta.
You can see how to draw ta. Feel free to practice writing them on this page. It will help you memorize them. Click here to close the page. Okay. Does the T looking part mean sound? No. If you look at a kana chart and look at all the pronunciations for the same row, so ta, te, ti, to, tu, they look nothing like each other. They have nothing. It's not like Hangul, where Hangul is very formulaic, and depending on how the character is written, you pronounce it a certain way. But Hangul is very formulaic. Hiragana is not. Katakana is not. Kanji, is even less so. It's more memorization. Want to go to Okuno Island in Hiroshima? I've gone to Okuno Island, actually. I've gone to Okuno Island. Rabbit Island is one of the places I went to on my second visit to Hiroshima, and I absolutely love Rabbit Island. I wish I could have spent more time there, and I wish I could have held the rabbits. They do have a sign over there that says "Do not touch the rabbits" because they're very sensitive or whatever. I'm pretty sure you can, but they do encourage you to bring food for them, like some cabbage and lettuce. Those are rabbits' favorite food. I know popular media would have you think that carrots are their favorite food, which they do, but they can't have too much of it. Leafy greens are best for rabbits. So it's just a coincidence that it has a T character and an A sound. Yep, that's a coincidence. I mean, if you look at all the kanas over here, ta, na, ka, there's nothing here that says it might be an A sound. It's basically memorization. Japanese writing is 100% memorization and then recognition.
Tanaka
Tanaka.
Na.
Oh, that's na. Oh, okay. So they do the audio when you're learning.
Ta.
Ta,
Na. Ka.
ka,
Tanaka
Tanaka. I think eventually they'll remove the audio as you learn it, so that you are forced to read this. I think I like that, actually. I like that system.
Mari
Mari, a quite common Japanese feminine given name. Is it really? Is Mari that common? If you've already studied Japanese, you may know some of the words presented in the lessons. You can skip the exercise for a word you know by clicking here. We're not going to skip today. Of course, it is not recommended for words you don't know yet. Mari.
Ma.
Okay, so they say that they encourage you. Oh, so it's freeform writing. I see. So it's like pixel drawing. So they do recommend you write these to memorize the letters, and you can do that. I've never done it myself, but if it helps you, by all means do it.
Ri.
In most cases, though, I think if you have a good way to remember them, either by writing or just looking at them and practicing a lot, that works too. If you plan to write in Japanese, you definitely would want to write this out. Mostly know Japanese names through anime and games. I expect those are pretty uncommon. Sakura, I don't think is uncommon. Sakura is used quite a bit. Ichigo also. And then you have the weird Japanese names, which probably not so common. I think Kazuma isn't uncommon. I have no idea what you're saying, Renyukoi. No idea what you're saying.
マリ
Mari.
まり
です。
Des? What's a des for? Well done. Here's a little tip. You can touch any Japanese word in a sentence to check its meaning.
田中
Okay, nice. See you later. Okay, off the bat, this is doing a heck ton better at actually teaching Japanese than Shashingo does. Nothing against Shashingo, it's just that it's a different approach. And this is more like, you know, we'll start you from the very beginning instead of just doing pictures and word association. Here we're actually teaching you writing and the language at the same time, which is good. I like it. Name game, it is Wagotabi. Should be in the title of the stream also. Desu.
です
Desu. Tanaka desu.
田中です。
Tanaka desu.
田中です。
Now, you will see this period-looking thing sometimes when you read Japanese, and I think that's more for clarity rather than a must. Like in English and other languages, you use a period. You use a period all the time to separate sentences. I don't think that's necessarily a thing in Japanese. I also hear if you use a period in Japanese, it is a very passive-aggressive way to tell someone that you are pissed at them. So, someone can confirm that or not, but that's what I hear. That's what I hear. Just keep that in mind. Sun. I'm not sure why there's a double N over here. You'll see this a lot. The in, AMRs will come, and sun. Mr. or Miss, usually honorific suffix for a person, cannot be used for oneself. Cannot be used for yourself. He, she is Mr. Tanaka. Do you have to know which kanji are a stop and a start? So, from what I understand and from what I've experienced, kanji technically are not used to end a sentence. It's just not usually a thing, because to end a sentence is usually with I don't know. Sometimes you don't even need a verb for a sentence. To be honest, spoken Japanese, casual Japanese, you almost don't need. You sometimes just don't need a verb. You can just like say one-word sentences, and as long as the context is there, you understand what it is. In writing though, in writing formal stuff, I don't think kanji are usually used to end a sentence, because the verb is almost always at the end of a sentence. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't done full sentences in a while. Like here in Tanaka-san desu in this sentence, desu is a very common ending for just confirming something. Like, and I don't think there is a kanji for desu. It's just desu. So you see a verb, you know the sentence as. Yes, typically that's how it is. Let me just have the text out here really quick. Oh, I'm gonna change this out. So in English, right, you usually have subject, verb, object, meaning whenever you say a sentence, you have to know what you're talking about, what the thing you're talking about is doing, and what the thing you're talking about is doing to what. Subject, verb, object. I think in Japanese more like, is it SVO? Let me double check. I don't want to give you the wrong thing. SVO versus SOV. There's a huge difference here. What is English in SOV? No, I think English is like most of the time. Is Japanese SOV or SVO? Japanese is SOV. So so this is EN generally. Generally. Japanese is typically usually SOV, meaning you need to know what is doing what the thing is doing to, like who is doing what to, and then what they're doing to the thing, which is a little bit weird. But most Asian languages are in this order typically. So if that confuses you, just keep it in mind. The verb is usually at the end. Let's see, so in JP is we store go. Yeah, it'd be kind of like that. It'd be kind of like that. I think if you try to do SVO in Japanese, you would still be it would still be people can still understand you, but it's a weird grammar. It would be a weird grammar. Let me see. Let me see what you are saying, Rory-san. Yeah, I don't think I've run into some of these kanji yet. So we go to the store. Yeah. ESL brain is frying. In my case, it would be JSL, Japanese as second language. Or for some people, JTL, Japanese as a third language. Which is basically what's happening. Okay.
San.
San.
さ
Smart test unlocked. Interesting. Let's review your new words with a smart test in your book. By the way, after your test, I'll give you a little present. Let's take a look at how you use your book. Okay. Smart test. Okay, so the book's over here, smart test. Review, I guess this is to review what you already know. In the dictionary, can be unlocked in the dictionary. On the left-hand page, you'll find all the words you've unlocked. Okay. Select this. On the right-hand page, you can see information about the word you've selected. Click on the home button to return to the first page of the book. If you're struggling with kana, you can find a list of hiragana and katakana in the kana section. You can review the words you've unlocked in Smart Test. Smart Test automatically selects the words you need to review. Okay. Words you're having trouble with will appear more often than others. Okay, I think this kind of uses the same thing as Wanikani with the SRS. So I think it has a little bit of SRS built in here. That might be the case. Study hard. Come and see me after your test to get your present. Okay. I am Tanaka-san. Tanaka-san desu. Tanaka?
Tanaka.
Oh wait, no, you don't say san for yourself. So, watashi wa Tanaka desu. Tanaka desu. Or just Tanaka desu.
Tanaka desu.
Tanaka desu.
Tanaka-san desu.
I mean, Japanese is complicated for anyone coming from English. I think if you're coming from Asian languages, it's a little bit easier to get the structure, but the pronunciation is gonna be tough for everyone.
Tanaka.
Tanaka
San.
san
Desu.
desu.
Tanaka.
Tanaka-san desu. Oh. Vocabulary, N5 pronouns, and prefixes and suffixes. Oh, nice. They actually give you categories for what you're learning. So you have a little meter here that fills whenever you get it correct, which is great. I know we have English here right now. I think, according to the screenshots, eventually the game is going to be mostly in Japanese, forcing you to read Japanese. If that's the case, that's actually really, really good. That's actually really, really good. When this is fully released, I think we'll do this regularly on the channel, because it does seem like it'll be a good thing to learn from. Yeah. Get the present. Let me look at the dictionary a little bit. So here's the kana chart. Okay. So in the kana chart, they do show you all the kanas. I'm not sure of the arrangement here.
手
Ah, okay. I kind of okay. I see what they're doing. They have the writing on one side. They have the kanas on the other side. The arrangement is as it should be. It's just a little bit weird. It feels a little bit cramped. I don't know if they can do much about that, to be honest. Same thing with katakana. We haven't run into any katakana, but so just FYI, guys, for the question earlier about does the character, when you see a character, is it consistent? Does it mean, can you tell what it's supposed to say if you haven't memorized it? No. No. You see all the ka, sa, ta, na. I guess they're a little bit round. They're a little bit round-ish in a way. And so is the ko over here. And I guess the ke, e, se, e, the column here has a form. But if you just look at it within the rows, I don't think it's intuitive. None of the writing is intuitive, though you can kind of guess with enough time. So I guess if I look at it a little bit more, there might be some pattern here, though it's a little weird. It's a little weird. I guess there is a roundness to it in hiragana. In the na, nu, no, and then ne has a spiky, open-ended kind of thing, and ri is more like closed in and singular sticks in here. I don't know. I don't know if you see it, but that's kind of what I'm seeing now after someone mentioning it. It's like, I didn't notice this before. Katakana, grayed out. A lot more difficult, if you ask me. If only for the reason that there's some katakana characters that look very similar. Like, you have so over here, and then you have, where's a similar one to so? N. You see this? You see the strokes here? And so?
So.
Now, they look a little bit different, but at first glance it's a little hard to see. The angle of this, as well, the angle of the long stroke is different. Now, in this font, it's a little easier to see, but in some other fonts, it's harder to see. And then you have she, it looks like a smiley face going to the left. And then you have su, which is smiley face going to the right. But it's, at first glance, it's not obvious. And I still get tripped up all the time. All the time. Though I think if you look at rows here, there's some features, I guess, that makes it similar, like the ta line, tati tu te to, and then nani nu ne no, ha hi fu he ho. There's some similarities between them along the line, so maybe it's easier to distinguish, but otherwise it's going to be mostly 100% memorization. Just FYI, this will be confusing. We're not going to sugarcoat it. This will be confusing. Well done! Here is your present as promised. It's a particularly useful mini-game for memorizing hiragana and katakana. You can find it in your book. When you feel ready, come back and talk to me for a small challenge before you leave Japan. Minigame unlocked? Alright, what's the minigame? Oh, we got a ninja. Why is it a ninja? Hey, you got a map of Japan? Nice. Defend your village for as long as you can. Type the letters. Oh no, he's typing at the dead. By mashing the kana to your enemies to neutralize them. Okay, typing at the dead time. Let's go. Sa? This will be easier if you actually have the thing, a keyboard. Can I type it this way? Oh, I can use the keyboard. So I think you'll be able to use a keyboard when you do this in what do you call this? Steam. Ri na ka ri ri. Okay, ma ka Go faster. Ka. Ri.
ri,
Ma.
ma,
Sa.
sa,
Su.
su,
Na.
na,
Ta.
ta,
Oh, I'll just let it say it.
ma, su, ta, ri, na, ma, sa, ta, ma, ta,
Wait, how long do we go for?
de, ma, sa, ri, na, de, na, de, ma, su, ri, ka, su, na, de, ri,
This is definitely gonna get tougher the more kana you're exposed to in the game, it seems.
ri, de, na, ka, ma, su, ri,
Masuri? Matsuri?
na,
Ah!
de, su, na, sa,
My chain!
de, ma, ta,
Oh, okay, so if you type one, it does both of them. I see.
sa, sa, de, sa, na,
Wait, how long are we gonna be doing this for? Ah! No!
ta, de, ri, ta, na, ma, su, de, ka,
Game.
ta,
When
sa,
when do I stop?
de,
When do I
ma,
stop?
ta, ri, ma, na, ka,
Do I have to throw?
na,
Do I have to throw to stop?
ta, ka, ta, ma, ri, na, su, na,
Ah.
ri, su, de, na, ri,
I don't think it's gonna go faster than this.
ta, ma, 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 na, ka, ka,
I guess we just go until we die, right?
su, ka, su, ka, ri, ma, na, de, su, ri,
Yeah. Can we go faster? Yeah. I think we just go until we die. Yeah, it's basically a high score thing. Alright, that's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. You can go until you trip up. Though I don't know if it'll go faster. Is there a... Can I... How increase speed in mini game faster, or have a setting for it. There we go. I like that though.
ありがとうございます。
All right, let's see. Let's go talk to Dad, I guess. Well, it's time for a small challenge before heading off to Japan. I want to make sure you can handle things over there. Don't forget you can study with a smart test and minigame. Oh, the other small challenge. Okay, fine. Oh no, it's really a Pokemon battle. Let's see if you're ready to go Japan. I've been there 5 times already. I'm more than ready. I am Tanaka-san. I am Tanaka. Or Tanaka
た
desu.
なです。田中さんです。
I guess the boxes here help you at the start, so
田中
I'm not gonna dock
さ
you
ん
points
です
for。that. Ah, you're also on a timer. I see. So you're on a timer, you gotta do that in that time. I guess that's not too bad. I don't like the timer idea, but I can see why they would do it. Well done! I'm so proud of you. Find the Grandmaster of Kagawa Prefecture in the city of Takamatsu. How very specific. One last little piece of advice. Review regularly and in short sessions. Key note, short sessions, and also regularly. do your kanji every day, do your Japanese lessons every day. However, don't go longer than you need to. I think 30 minutes or even 15 minutes each day is plenty. Though, and for stream purposes, we'll be definitely going longer than that. But yeah, in general, that's not a bad idea. So that way you have small digestible lessons and that you don't cram too much at one time. Cramming for tests never works. Cramming to study for something for yourself also doesn't work. Unless you're a genius. And even, I feel like even geniuses do things in smaller bursts too. Anyway, what else did I want to say? Oh yeah, for Wanikani, for anyone who's seen the Wanikani reviews on this channel, I mentioned there, do it daily. You don't have to do it the way I do it, like as soon as a timer comes up for your reviews. You don't have to do it as soon as it comes up. That's how I do it, because that's how I'm used to doing my gachas and stuff like that. But for most people, doing kanji lessons or kanji reviews daily is enough. And that's really all you need. It'll take longer for you to learn things because you're not doing it as often, but it's not a bad pace. Do it at a pace that is comfortable and do not cram too much. Learning Japanese is a marathon, not a sprint. Yes. You can step out of your room and start your adventure. All right. We haven't even gotten out of the room and already I'm liking this much better. Much better than all the other Japanese learning apps that I've seen. This does better than Duolingo. I think a lot of things do better than Duolingo. I think you'll learn kanji eventually here. Oh no, the dreaded immigration. I mean, I think you'll learn kanji eventually. I don't know if it goes to the same depths as Wanikani, but even if it doesn't, I don't think it's a bad thing. Wanikani is just very focused on kanji because kanji is very confusing and very difficult, right? But for everything else, I don't think it's going to be bad. But we'll see how far we get in the next hour. I think that'd be good enough for the beta test / review. And if we can go further, then we will. I don't think there's immigration in Takamatsu though. Immigration is typically either in Osaka or Tokyo. So this is a little bit weird. It's immigration form. It's all in Japanese. I can't make any sense of it. I should ask a Japanese-speaking person in the area for help. Oh, that's good.
Mari desu.
Oh no, it's Mari. I don't think Mari is a Japanese, but let's ask for help with the form. Of course. First of all, I need to know your name. Oh wow, you can. Nihongo Jozu. Nihongo Jozu.
Ho 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 desu.
Ruka desu.
Ho 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 desu.
Ho ho ho. Ho 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 desu. Oh, seriously. It's odd it isn't paperwork for a tourism visa. That depends on the country. If you're coming from a decent number of countries, the US included, Europe included, Australia included, you do not need a visa. You don't need a visa application. But if you're coming from, let's say, the Philippines, I'm not sure if the rest of Southeast Asia is the same way. You do have to fill a tourism visa before you can come. In general, though, once you do get the tourism visa, you have up to 90 days to be in the country. But, for vacations, you typically don't have that. However, I do want to do 90 days at one point. Thanks. You speak Japanese very well. Nihongo jozu desu. Oh no. I got Nihongo jozu by someone who looks like a gaijin. Let's fill it in together. Okay.
Hajimemashite.
Oh wow. We're really getting into this. Hajimemashite. Nice to meet you. Used for first time meeting only. Maybe she dyes her hair? She probably does. Supposedly there was a time in Japan where a lot of people dyed their hair. I don't think they do that so much these days. If they do, it's mainly for cosplay or some sort of subculture thing, like, gyaru or lolita, that kind of thing. Or they just use wigs. It's a lot less permanent than dye. Not permanent, but it's a lot less. It's a lot easier to work with than dyes. But wigs are also expensive. Hajimemashite.
はじめまして。
Uh,
は
ha, ji.
じ
Where's me? Me is
め
ma,
まし
shi, de.
て
Okay, ka. Particle used at the end of a sentence to turn it into a question. So again, Japanese do not have question marks or punctuation in general. The period I think was added at some point, but yeah, ka instead of a question mark, or most people would just write a question mark. Hajimemashite, Tanaka-san desu ka?
はじめまして。田中さんですか？
I think they could use a little bit of a clearer audio. It sounds a little bit too robotic. I'm not sure if that's intended or they use some some program to do this. I mean, I don't expect voice acting, but I expect less robotic sounds. And that would probably help to make it sound a bit more natural. Nice to meet you. Are you Mr. Naka? Hajimemashite.
はじめまして。
Tanaka-san
田中さん
de
です。
ka.
か。
Desu ka?
はじめまして。田中さんですか？
Okay. So we do get the initial greetings and stuff like that, like most any other apps, but already better than Duolingo for getting the sentence structure also, which is great. There you go. If you're traveling through Takamatsu, pay a visit to my friend Saiki in the library. She's an expert in linguistics and inventor of the kanji dex. Oh no. Not only do we have a dictionary, which I thought was going to be the Pokédex, but we also have the kanji dex, which is the actual Pokédex. Which, by the way, I think there are over 2,000 kanji used daily in Japan. I know I put the exact number in the video somewhere, but already, yeah. Already, yes, 2,000. So, 2,000 Pokemon, imagine that. Congratulations! I've added something new to the book. Oh no, what'd you add? It's like Yakuza, you're gonna travel Japan battling wild kanji? Probably, actually. Lessons. Click here to access it. Ah, okay, so they do have lessons here. Oh, really nice. I think after we get through all the tutorial, that's probably when we can end the stream. But we'll probably still go a little bit further just to check it out. You can even review my introduction to the Japanese language. See you later. Okay, nice. So they do have lessons. Smart test. Nice to meet you. Are you Tanaka? Miss Tanaka? Okay.
はじめまして。田中さんですか？
There we go.
はじめまして。
Let's see. Write the missing word using hiragana. Okay, so they have the Japanese, they have the translation if in case you need help. But probably it's better to read the Japanese. Tanaka desu. Nice to meet you. I am Tanaka.
はじめまして。
Hajimashite. Mastery points. Ah, okay, so that's how you get your... So do the smart test in the game, that way they can score you and how well you know these. Notice that they haven't really thrown any kanji at us yet. That's probably for the best.
田中です。
Tanaka desu. Oh, this is Tanaka. Wait. That's me! No, that's not me. It looks like me, except he doesn't have a mustache. What's this sign say?
外国人。
Ah, remember when I said about kanji? Remember when I said about kanji? They have kanji now. So it's nice whenever they use furigana with the kanji. Now keep in mind, official documents will probably not have this. It's gonna be mostly in kanji only. But for manga, I think some manga will have furigana. So that'll help out. I think some games have furigana, they probably don't. This one does though. Now, you're not going to know what each kanji means in isolation, but just know, gaikokujin. Outside, country, person, gaikokujin. Foreigners, in another word. Okay, who is this person? Amy, we're in Kagawa prefecture on the northern tip of Shikoku, one of Japan's main islands. This is definitely a tourism game. The Shikoku pilgrimage passes through Kagawa. Okay, one fun fact about Shikoku. That I guess a lot of people don't really think about it or might not know is there's a lot of is this Shinto shrines? I think it's Shinto shrines. There's a lot of shrines in Shikoku that you can go through as part of a pilgrimage. Anyone can participate in the pilgrimage. Basically, the thing with the pilgrimage is you go through each shrine or temple, I'm not exactly sure which one it is, and you get a stamp from each one of them saying you've been here for the pilgrimage. And it's basically like a stamp rally. Like if you collect stamps around Japan throughout the train stations, it's kind of like that, except you are traveling just in Shikoku through the shrines. I think you have to pay for the stamps too, which is, yeah, I guess a money-making thing. But they do, the shrines do only get support through donations, so whatever. Its route is made out of 88 temples. Okay, so it's temples spread across the island Shikoku, and that is a lot of stamps to get. Holy crap. I don't know if I want to do this specifically, but if you do this specifically, you're going to be in Shikoku for a good month plus. Now, I don't know if you have to walk the entire thing. You definitely have to walk to the temples, but I imagine you can drive to some of the roads going to the temples. Otherwise, it'd be difficult. But if you want the authentic experience, walking all the way is probably going to take you a lot longer. It's kind of like the El Camino in, I think, in Europe. I think it goes through Spain, I'm not sure. But El Camino means the road or the walk, the way. And it's basically a pilgrimage road in Europe for the Catholic Church. It's a thing they do here, so I guess it's the same thing, except a little bit less religious. I see this trip as a way of reconnecting with myself and discovering this gorgeous prefecture. Shikoku should be visited though, so. Welcome to Japan! Okay, so Japanese people over here, we are not Nihonjin, Japanese, Nihonjin. So we are Gaikokujin, we have to go through this line. I wonder, actually no, I'm kind of curious. Can I slip through the Nihonjin line? We can go through here, but they're probably gonna kick us out. Let me see. Let me just see.
日本人ではありません。
Oh, I'm not Japanese. Well,
日本人ではありません。
okay, so that repeats it. Okay. Sumimasen. Let's go to the actual Gaikokujin line. Why is the Gaikokujin line so twisty compared to the Nihonjin line? Why? Hi, John! I have some time to practice my Japanese. I suspect the border police officer is speaking in Japanese. I don't want to find myself at a loss for words.
はじめまして、ジョンです。
I don't think they'll ask you that, but okay. So that we're in a Pokemon battle right now, except we have no Pokemon.
はじめまして。ほほほーです。
The ho 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 is
はじめまして
really throws
ほ
me
ほ
off.
ほーです。
The ho 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 really throws me off. Here are my notes to get through immigration. Okay. How do we get through immigration?
ではありません。
She is not Mr. Tanaka. Ase? Wait.
田中さんではありません。
Deha is weird thing about ha is it's pronounced wa, but Tanaka-san de wa arimasen. Okay.
ではありません。
Past, non-past. Conjugation in Japanese is a pain in the freaking butt. I don't know if they'll go into this, and I can't explain it myself because it trips me up all the time. but there's always the thing with Japanese is there's an affirmative past, negative past, and then there is like all the formal and informal ways to say things. And the conjugation rules depend on what the ending of the verb is in its base state. It's weird. It's weird. I'm guessing the barriers are to slow down traffic and keep it in one line. I assume Japanese citizens can go through with minimal paperwork. Probably, yeah. I think it's the same way in actual immigration. Not so small, not so straightforward, but yeah. Though immigration these days is a lot more streamlined in any case, because you have like face scanners and whatnot.
ではありません。
De ha arimasen. So there's an actual hiragana for wa, the character wa. But just know that ha is also pronounced wa. Oh, this is ha. But just know that ha is also pronounced wa when used as a particle.
ではありません。
Oh wow, this lesson's pretty long. He is not Mr. and Mrs. Tanaka. Tanaka.
田中さんではありません。
Deha
田中
arimasen.
さんではありません。
Hey Junie, welcome. How's it going? We're learning some Japanese and already I like this app very, very much. It's an app, it's also a game on Steam. However, if you sign up for the beta, again, it is only for mobile, but eventually it will also be released on Steam. So keep an eye on that. Both links will be in the description. They are in the description. They should be right now.
はい。
Hi! You will say this a lot. You will say this a lot for different situations.
はい。田中です。
Yes, I'm Tanaka. Or as Kazuma-san, or as Kazuma from Konosuba would say, Hi, Kazuma desu. Kazuma desu.
はい。
はい。
いいえ。
Iie. No, rarely used in Japan as it may sound informal or even rude. Actually, I've never actually heard anyone say iie before. Though there are certain situations you should say it, I'm not sure which situations it is. Normally, if you want to say no to someone, I think it's like chigaimasu, which is no, that's not right, or kekko, which is a firm no. Kekko desu. Or you don't say no at all. Honestly, most people, when they say no, they don't say no at all. They will say something to the effect like this, like if someone asks you, is your cat dead? That's the first example I came up with. Mind. Is your cat dead? You'll probably say, is your cat alive? Let's say, is your cat dead? Instead of saying no, my cat is not dead, as in iie, my cat is not dead, you'll probably say something to the effect of, my cat is well, alive and well, kind of thing. You don't usually just say no, unless in certain situations. I've heard iie a few times in shows, maybe in something informal. Yeah, if it's an informal situation, I think with friends, I think that's a little bit different. But we're thinking formal first. We're thinking formal first because a lot of times when you meet people in Japan, it's going to be people you don't know, people you're not accustomed to. So knowing a little bit of formal, maybe not necessarily all the forms of keigo, which I don't think I know. I know basic keigo, I don't know business keigo, I don't know anything else. Formal is not bad. However, as you get used to the language more and as you get used to certain people more, casual eventually will be acceptable. Like, even in English, if you don't know someone, there is a formality with speaking to certain people, like speaking to a new coworker, speaking to new bosses, speaking with people you want to get to know better. Of course, different people are different. Different people will behave differently. Like, some people are casual all the time, and may come off as rude, but that's just how they are. That's just how they show friendliness. But in Japanese, where, you know, it's a little bit more reserved, I should say, going formal is not a bad idea. Unless you're in Osaka. Osaka, you can probably go casual, but don't go casual rude, go casual normal, which is a whole different topic, which I'm not quite too versed in, but I kind of get a feel for it. Gonna definitely check this out. Looks very helpful. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more helpful than one of the more helpful apps I've run into recently. I also have no idea what you are using to get the live site titles. Very, very cool. Contact me. I'll let you know after stream. Sometimes in Japanese it gets funny making sun into Sanders. Yeah, the live subtitles are not accurate. Just keep that in mind. However, they should be decent enough for any passerbys. And also, it's not just for Japanese. It's more like also for English, I guess. How are people gonna read it this fast? I don't think they will. Especially for someone like me who spits out words like a rapper sometimes, or at least in great volumes. This might not be ideal, but it's better than nothing. Better than nothing.
いいえ、
Yeah.
い、い、え、
Is it not it? Okay, so it's two eyes. E. Tap on the corresponding pairs.
はい、
Yes.
いいえ、
Yeah, the thing is that the thing with the translation is there is actually a Japanese version. Not Japanese, but you can have it detect Japanese and it should be accurate there. It's very difficult for it to not pick it up. However, with English, with all our weird pronunciations and everyone slurring different words like I do a lot of times, it's hard to pick up. And if you try to say something in a foreign language with the English language detection, it gets weird. It's not just Japanese. If I try to say something in a different language, it just doesn't pick it up. Hajimemashite, John desu. Okay, let's talk to this guy. Hello! Oh, Eigo Jozu. Eigo Jozu! Can you show me your password? Hi. Which I do say sometimes to the guy. Oh no! It's funny, you know in Pokemon, whenever you get into a trainer battle, it's always so random. Here it's like the trainer battles, aka Japanese battles, lessons, is not random. It actually makes sense. So far it makes sense. It might make less sense later. Choose the correct word. Iie, no. Iie, Tanaka-san arideharamisin.
はじめまして、
Hajimemashite.
田中さんですか？
Tanaka.
田中、
Wait, what?
はじめまして、田中さんですか？
Oh, crap. Hi.
はい、
Tanaka
田中さん
san desu.
です。
Oh, wait. Oh, I need to mimic what they said. Okay. はじめまして。
はじめまして、田中さん
san
です。
ka.
か、
I'm not
Tanaka-san
answering them. I'm
です
just copying. Okay.
田中さ
san
ん
desu.
です。は
Okay.
じめまして、田中です。はじめまして、田中です。はい、
Yeah, I think it's not what I'm not answering to them. I'm just listening to what the clip is saying and then repeating what it is in Japanese. I think that's what this is. So I'm a little I got confused there. I got confused.
は、い、
田中です。
Okay.
田中です。
All
田
right.
中さんではありません。
Tanaka.
田中さんではあり
Deha arimasen. Okay, so the faster you do this, the higher your score. If you want to do this for a better score, I guess you can, but as long as you get the idea, I think the smart tests are better than this. Unless the score means something for later, I don't know. Welcome to Japan! Exit Takamatsu Airport. Baggage claim area is on your right, just after the stairs. Baggage claim. Baggage claim in Japan is actually not bad. Though I don't know how it's different from any other baggage claim. Ah, the restroom. Wait, who are you?
タカです。日本人です。
Oh, Taka. You're Japanese? Wow. You sound very... You have a deep voice for a kid.
はじめまして、花です。
Hana-san, hajimemashite.
ナナです。
Nana, kawaii yo. Kawaii yo, Nana-chan. Who are you? Gaijin?
はじめまして、ヴィンセントです。
Nihongo Jozu. I'm going to be teaching computer science at Takamatsu University. Oh, that's why. That's why. Hi, Robert. I've landed a job at Bitsumishi in Takamatsu. Wow, this is definitely tourism. Where the heck is Bitsumishi? Want to hear my introduction in Japanese? Sure.
はじめまして、ロバートです。
Hajimemashite.
はじめまして、ほほほー
Ho 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 desu.
です。
My name is Ho ho ho. It's not
はじめまして。
Ruka, it's ho
ほ
ho
ほ
ho.
ほーです。
Wait, they're pushing me. Did you just push me? Did you just push me? Did you just push me? The heck? Oiteme. Don't say that to people. Hajimemashite. There's a lot of hajimemashite going on here. Nakai desu.
はじめまして。中井です。
Nakai. Nakai seems to be a
鎌
monk.
田さんは高松に行きます。
ちょっと、もう一回ください。
鎌田さんは高松に行きます。鎌田さんは高松に行きます。
Kamata-san wa Takamatsu ikimasu. Oh, okay. So I think Kamata-san, Kamata is the person next to him, and she is going to Takamatsu. I think that's what you just said.
はじめまして。鎌田です。
Kamata, hi.
高松に行きます。
Okay, you are going to Takamatsu. Gotcha. Takamatsu ikimasu. Ike, to go. Someone left a note here. I know who has your suitcase. Sakata. Wait, I'm missing my suitcase? When? I'm missing my suitcase? Where's Sakata-san? Are you Sakata?
はじめまして、ジェイミーです。
Hello, Jaime. I'm really looking forward to visiting the Ritsurin Garden in Takamatsu. The tourism angle is a little bit too blunt, but I don't mind it. I find it funny. I find it funny. The Ritsurin Garden is said to be one of the most beautiful gardens in Japan. Just a few minutes in, someone's stolen your stuff and left you a threatening note. That doesn't happen in Japan, but it does happen in this game.
はじめまして、坂田です。
Sagata! You took my luggage? First, let's talk a little Japanese. Oh no, he's holding my my luggage hostage for Japanese lessons. Okay, fine.
はじめまして。ほほほーです。はじめまして。ほほほーです。
I'll tell you who took your suitcase after explaining a few things in Japanese. Didn't you take it? Oh no, you're the one who told me who took it. Right.
日本。
I'm very impressed with your progress. Thanks, I've been studying. Now you're going to learn your first kanji word. Oh no, kanji! The word Nihon means Japan. Above the kanji, you can see it's reading in hiragana. This way of writing the reading of kanji is called furigana. You can see how to write these kanji by clicking here. Feel free to practice. It will help you memorize. Does it really? Like I said, I don't practice the writing itself, but if it helps you, go do it. At least you'll be better writing than I am. Should I break down the kanji here? I know it's not the focus of this particular lesson. But if you know Japan as the land of the rising sun, you have sun, the kanji for sun, and then you have the kanji for origin here. So the sun rises first in Japan. I don't know if it actually does, but that's where it is. Nihon. Ni for sun, hon for origin. Also means hon is also book if you know your Japanese, but hon can also be origin. So Japan, rising sun, land of the rising. That's why they call it the land of the rising sun.
に
Oh wait, that's wrong. Ni
ほ
hon looks like a what? Yama? Is that coincidence? Coincidence, because technically this is its own kanji, and if anything, it looks similar to the kanji for big instead. But it means nothing like big, and it means nothing like mountain, though there are a lot of mountains in Japan. So, but no, it's its own kanji. It's its own kanji.
行きます。
Ikimasu, to go. So here's the kanji for go, and it's pronounced e. There's other pronunciations for go, but we'll focus on e for now. Ikimasu.
行きます。
Ikimasu. Masu, I think, is just a formal ender for present tense formal ender, I think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But iki is the actual going part.
行きますか？
Ikimasu ka, shall we go? Ikimasu. Iki, go, masu, formal ender. Ka, ikimasu ka,
行きますか？
the formal.
いき
Ma,
ます。
ikimasu. Japan!
日本
And they actually give you the map. Instead of flag, they give you the map, which, that's actually not
行き
bad.
ます。に
Less emphasis should be on the flag, more emphasis should be on the actual country. Ni. Oh, I don't use this a whole lot, but would be good to know. Particle that is used to mark a destination if followed by an action verb, or a location if followed by a state verb. I never got this explanation, so this is very helpful. It can be translated in multiple ways in English as an in, at, on, to, but I think the essence here is that it is used to mark a relationship with the verb.
日本に行きます。
So in this case is Japan. So we have Japan going, going to. Oh, we have Japan and going, so the ni is like going to. Or Japan to going to Japan. I guess you can also try to read the sentence in reverse, but I don't think it makes much sense to do that in general. But going to Japan, ni, to.
日本に行きます。
Okay.
日本に高松。
Takamatsu. I'm pretty sure there's a kanji for this one, but I don't think we need to worry about that. Takamatsu, main city of the Kagawa prefecture. Main city of the Kagawa prefecture in Japan. Where's my feedback here? This is weird. This is a weird way to describe it. I'm not sure if this is a Japanese thing or this is just a thing here in particular. But particles in Japanese probably not used as extensively as in English. So they use the when they don't need to. They also use a when they don't need to. In this case, it's like the main city of the Kagawa prefecture in Japan. You can just say the main city of Kagawa prefecture in Japan. It's not the Kagawa prefecture unless that's how it's referred to. But that's me nitpicking, but that's probably something I should mention. I'm gonna screenshot this. Screenshot. Actually, there is a screenshot button. I'll just do that. There we go.
高松。
Taksu.
たかまつ。
Great! Here's a clue to find who has your suitcase.
花さんです。
Are you serious? Hana? Why does Hana have it? Did her kids pick it up? Is that what happened? Hana-san! Doshite? Doshite, Hana-san?
はじめまして、花です。
Have you seen a red suitcase, Hana-san? Can you... Eigo wakarimasu ka?
はい、
Oh, well, she can understand. Was that your suitcase? Shoot! I just gave it to someone who'd lost his. Oh no, we're playing... we're playing telephone with suitcase. Who was that again? Oh, GNG, thank you. Thank you for the tip. Who was that again? Okay.
日本人、
Nihonjin. Are you Japanese? I am not Japanese.
日本人ですか？
So we have Japan again here, Nihon, and you have the character for person. The character for person can be pronounced a few different ways. It can be pronounced as Jin, or it can be pronounced as Nin. I'm not still quite sure which is which, but you get a feel for it eventually. But when you're talking about someone's nationality, Jin pronunciation is used. So Nihon Jin, you don't say Nihon Nin. Doesn't make sense in most cases. Thanks for the stream. Have a good rest of your day tracking luggage. Thanks for dropping by. And also have a good rest of your day.
にほ
I want to at least get out of the airport before we end today.
じし
Oh, that's not right. There we go. Wa. Particle that defines a topic in a sentence. Now, if you know your hiragana, that is actually ha,
は、
but it's pronounced wa in the sentence. Ha is pronounced wa here.
わ
So there's a difference.
は
Yeah, so there's a difference. But in a sentence, this is how it's pronounced.
わ
They do show. I'm glad they actually point that out, because otherwise it'd be like, why is this pronounced this, but not that? And I'm still confused why they don't use wa in writing instead of. I'm still confused why they don't use wa in writing. So it's just something you have to accept, I guess. Okay.
田中さんは日本に行きます。
Mr. and Mrs. Tanaka is going to Japan. Okay. Tanaka-san.
田中さんは行きます。
Oh, that's wrong. Verb goes to the end. Tanaka-san wa Nihon
日本
ni
行きます。
ikimasu.
田中さんは日本に行きます。
Okay. So Tanaka is our subject. The ha is the particle. What do you call it? Particle clarifying which one is the subject. So Tanaka-san. The object is Japan. We are doing something to Japan. Or Tanaka-san is doing something to Japan. What are they doing to Japan? They are going to Japan. So SOV as opposed to SVO.
私
It's weird. It's weird. Watashi. Watashi actually has a kanji. Learn this one. But you're probably not going to say watashi in sentence a lot compared to how you say I a lot in English. Now, I'm not sure if that's a cultural thing. In Japan, they don't really focus on themselves. Now, some people you'll probably see here I, as in watashi, or boku. Sometimes if I describe myself in Japanese, I say boku, which is like I guess something a little boy would use, but also like if you just want to not be rude. Watashi is perfectly fine. There's a lot of ways to say I in Japanese, a lot of pronoun words, which I do not understand. But the way you say I in Japanese means something as far as your status, I guess. And the status could be like, am I a boy? Am I a girl? Am I being rough? Am I being casual? Am I being respectful? Am I an old person? But in general, in Japanese, pronouns are skipped. We usually skip the pronoun I in a sentence, primarily used when one wants to emphasize oneself or one's opinion. And this is a cultural thing. Meanwhile, English, and I don't know if any other languages do this, but I is said a lot. You hear I a lot in English. I'm trying to find ways in English not to say I so much because I don't want to focus on myself, but it's a cultural thing. Just keep that in mind.
私は日本人ではありません。
I am not Japanese. 私は。私。
わたし
Now, because we did have that lesson that ha is pronounced wa, you might be tempted to use the ha here, but it's actually wa. It's just weird in a sentence, but in any other cases, it's just ha. Nihonjin, Japanese person.
日本人、
Watashi.
私、香川、
Kagawa. Kagawa prefecture, smallest prefecture of Japan. Oh, is it? I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought Tottori was smaller. But I guess this is the smallest, and Tottori might have the smallest population. Either that or Shimane. I don't remember.
香川、
It's one of those two.
かがわ
You speak Japanese very well. Nihongo jozu. Nihongo jozu. Well, I know we make fun of Nihongo jozu a lot. And I don't know if the Japanese are aware of this, though I think they've been more aware of it recently. At least anime has referenced it being said in tongue-in-cheek. Also, a few Chilla Arts games has said it tongue-in-cheek. I don't know if the general population of Japan is aware that the Nihongo Jozu is seen as a little offensive outside from the outside. But they also mean when they say Nihongo Jozu, so you speak Japanese well as a foreigner. Emphasize as a foreigner. Now, if you actually speak Japanese well enough where you're actually fluent, they probably won't actually say Nihongo Jozu. They'll probably say something else, which I'm not quite sure what that is. I'm pretty sure Dogen goes over that. There's a clue to find out who has your suitcase.
日
Here's a
本
clue.
人ではありません。
They're not Japanese. Okay. Hi! I'll tell you how to use the quest menu. We have a quest menu now. Click here to access it. This page contains your ongoing quest. What you just explained to it now while I've been in this quest line. Additional information on a given objective is sometimes posted here. Okay, nice. If you get lost in your journey, feel free to consult this page. Look for the red suitcase, speak to Sakata-san, and we spoke to Hana-san. Now we gotta find the red suitcase. Now we gotta find someone who's not Japanese. Okay. What do we have here? Oh, the smart test. We're not gonna do the smart test for now. We're just gonna keep pushing on. So we have 2 people who are not Japanese. 3 people who are not Japanese. So we have this guy.
はじめまして、ジェイミーです。
Did you take my suitcase? I'm really looking forward to the garden. Have you seen my suitcase?
いいえ、
Okay, this guy didn't see the suitcase. This guy, the guy who... You took my suitcase.
はじめまして、ヴィンセントです。
Vincent, why did you take my suitcase? What am I trying to say here? Hajimase Vincent this. Vincent.
ヴィンセントは日本人です。
Ah, I'm asking him if he's Japanese. It's like, what am I asking here? Vincent-san.
3.
Vincent-san.
日本人はです。か
Oh, that's wrong? Huh? Wait.
はじめまして、ヴィンセントです。
Okay. Nihonjin. Vincent-san.
ヴィンセント3 は日本人です。
Okay, so it's because we're talking about Vincent. We're asking Vincent san ha. The subject is Vincent, not Japan. So, okay. Vincent san ha Nihonjin desu ka?
か、ヴィンセントさんは日本人ですか？
There we go.
日本人ではありません。
Have you seen my suitcase?
はい。
You have my suitcase. Is this your suitcase? Gosh, I might have made a mistake. Mine's exactly the same. I've lost it too. This is why you put tags or stickers on your suitcase so you know which one is yours. Or tie some rope on it. I don't know. Well, here's your suitcase. Sorry. To make it up to you, I can teach you a little trick about sentence construction in Japanese. Oh, we're doing that now? I guess it makes sense. SOV. We covered it a little bit earlier, but we're covering it formally now. Okay. Japanese sentences generally follow the SOV. Subject, object, verb. The SOV, they should have said the SOV order. Oh, they did say order. The SOV order, subject, object, verb. Unlike English, which uses SVO order. However, word order can be very flexible in Japanese. The subject is typically found at the beginning of the sentence, but may also be placed in the middle or be omitted. Generally, if you're speaking in a conversation, the subject is oftentimes omitted. So you have to either keep up with what the conversation is about, or ask, what are we talking about again? So that you know what the subject is. Do you, Mr. Tanaka, go to Japan? Where's it?
行きます。
Wait.
田中さんは日本に行きますか？
Tanaka-san is the subject. Clarified by the ha or wa. Nihon is where we're going to. Ni ikimasu ka, the verb. Or we just ask generally.
日本に行きますか？
Do go to Japan? Do you, understood as Mr. Tanaka or someone else, go to Japan? Nihon ni ikimasu ka?
日本に行きますか？
Okay. The keys are a little
日
sticky.
本に行きますか？
Okay, that just might be just me. Okay. Do you, Mr. Tanaka, go to Japan? SOSV? Less common.
日本に田中さんは行きますか？
Yeah, that grammar is a little bit weird, but I guess it's still understandable.
日本に田中さんは行きますか？
Nihon ni Tanaka-san ikimasu ka? I don't know when you'd use this. I guess if you're being a weird person. Or you kind of just jumbled up your thoughts and this is how it came out. But you still have the ni attached to Nihon, which is Japan. Nihon ni ikimasu ka? So it's still relating to the verb. And Tanaka-san wa is the actual subject. So I guess it's still valid, but weird. I guess if you try to do this in English, you would probably say something like Tanaka-san wa ikimasu ka Nihon ni, which does not make any sense in Japanese. So don't do that. Verb will always be at the end. Verb will always be at the end. Sometimes in the middle if it's a compound sentence, but at the end. Okay. Smart test? We can do the smart test later. Okay, let me grab my bag. This is mine. It is my suitcase! Finally! Time to go. It is not your suitcase. But thank you for giving my suitcase back. Customs! Oh no, it's customs time.
日本人ですか？
日本人ではありません。I would I guess the formal way is 日本人ではありません. I am not Japanese. Or I guess if I'm saying this casually, or I just want to shorten it by saying I'm not Japanese, I would probably say Nihonjin arimasen. I don't think you need to put deha unless it's formal or something specific. I usually just say Nihonjin arimasen. It's clear enough. I don't know if they clarified what deha means. We'll see. We'll check in the lessons. May I see your suitcase? Yes, Mr. Customs Officer. I am going to Japan. That's not what he asked. That's not what he asked. Nihon.
日本に
Ikimasu.
行きます。
Nice to meet you. Are you Mari? I guess that's what I'm gonna ask. Why am I asking
は
this
じめ
guy?
まして。
Mari-san. Where's Mari?
マリ
San. Desu ka?
ですか。
Write the sentence in Japanese. Mr. Tanaka is Japanese. Tanaka-san. Tanaka-san doko? Doko?
田中
San wa?
は
Ha?
日本人
desu.
です。いいえ、田中ではありません。
Tanaka-san ni arimasen. Iie.
いいえ、
Tanaka
田中
arimasen. Arimasen. Deha arimasen, I guess.
ではありません。田中さんです。
I use check. Write the sentence. Tanaka-san desu. Tanaka.
田中さんです。
There we go.
行きます。
I
いきます。
choose the correct word. Watashi. Watashi is this kanji.
田中さんではありません。
Tanaka-san.
田中さんではありません。はじめまして。田中さんですか。はじめまして。
Tanaka.
田中さんですか。
Nihonjin. Nihonjin is this one.
日本に行きますか。
Nihon.
日本に行きますか。
Are you going to Japan? Yes, I am. Yes is hi.
はい。
Nice to meet you. Hajimemashite. Hajimemashite. Nice. What's this thing? I don't think I actually looked at it. Oh, okay. So you do get some progression points for doing these ones. Gotcha. Welcome to Japan. Let me see. Dictionary. Do they cover deha? They have deha arimasen, but they don't cover deha specifically. Negative form of desu can be translated as to not be. De wa arimasen, or just arimasen. I guess the deha here is because of the desu, des, but you can just say arimasen. I think that's fine. You can replay all battles from the menu. Nice. Okay. You know what? I think we can continue this another time. We'll just do short lessons here for today. So far, I am very impressed. Actually, we will. I'm very impressed. This does a much better job at teaching you Japanese than most of the things I've run into. I tried Bunpro for grammar, and I guess it kind of works, but it just kind of also tosses you in there. I don't think it works too well in a flashcardy kind of way. So Bunpro, it works kind of, not really. Would not recommend, but you can take a look at it and see if it fits for you. I've also checked Tai Kim as far as grammar. We haven't actually gone through the hardcore grammar stuff as far as verb conjugations and stuff like that here. Eventually, when we get there, we can check it out and see if what do you call it? We can check it out and see if it does it well. It explains it well enough. But so far, just basic sentences, greetings and whatnot, does a heck ton better than Duolingo. And I know a lot of people like to use Duolingo. I've tried it for a little bit and I just couldn't get into it. They just toss random words in there, and I guess Rosetta Stone did it that way also. But I like this stepwise way of learn how to read, because we're mostly reading. Learn your katakana, learn your hiragana, and then learn some of the very basic kanji you will run into first. Now, wanikani, as much as I like wanikani, it's basically teaching you all the kanji. It's also teaching you the most common pronunciations, not all of them, but the most common pronunciations. But the way wanikani is structured is that it teaches you radical meanings of the kanji by itself, and then trying to piece that together in the vocabulary, which works for them, and I'm okay with it. A lot of people, the way they learn kanji is they learn the whole words first, the whole vocabulary first, right? And then they will, what do you call this? And then they will just possibly pick up the meanings of the individual kanji that make up the vocabulary as they go, which is also fine. Pick whichever way makes sense to you and do it that way. The way right now that we're doing is we're not even touching kanji except for the ones you're gonna run into first, and that is great. That's actually pretty good. That way you don't overwhelm the student. In this case, the student is us, and so far we've just gotten a few lessons, got into the airport, out of the airport, and now we're in, I guess we're in Kamatsu right now. Are we in Kamatsu right now? I cannot tell. I cannot read that. I can't read this. Wait, I think I can read part of it. Kokyu Kuko. Airport. It just says airport. It doesn't even say what airport. It just says airport. And then we have the bus stop over here, and then we have, what is this? Kanji is, but when you start doing it in pixel art or low res font text, it's a little hard to read. Hajimemashite, Airi desu.
はじめまして、ベンです。
Ben desu.
日本人ではありません。
Okay.
愛理さんは日本人です。
Okay. I mean, I can kind of guess, but just because they look different and have a foreign sounding name doesn't mean they're not Japanese. You can actually not look Japanese and be Japanese.
はじめまして、愛理です。日本人です。
Nihonjin
ベン
desu.
さんは日本人ではありません。
Nihonjin de wa arimasu. Okay, and then I guess this guy gives us a battle/test. We're gonna save that for next time. But yeah, highly recommend it. If you want to check it out while it's in beta, again, the link is in the description below. Use the main website and sign up for the beta for that. Keep in mind this will be on app first, and then eventually I think when they do a full release or maybe somehow port the demo onto Steam, it will also be on Steam. I gave you both the link to the website and Steam at the same time. So please check that out if you're interested in this. So far, it's getting a 9 out of 10 recommendation from me. Not a 10 out of 10 yet. I can't say that until we go even further. But so far, everything that has been introduced clearly. It has also been introduced with caveats. And they don't overwhelm you with the caveats like I do. So that's also a good thing. But yeah, highly recommend it. Check it out. And then eventually when it gets released, maybe give it a try, because this is immersive. The thing I'm looking for in a app/game is, 1, is it immersive? 2, does it teach the concept well? And will it test you properly? Is it immersive? Yes, this is immersive. Does it teach the concepts well? Yes, I would say so. And I would also say that, does it teach, what, I said concepts? I said concepts teach you well, explain properly. It does all 3. Shashingo, let's go back to Shingo for a little bit. Is it immersive? Yes, it's immersive. Does it teach the concepts well? Half and half. I would say half and half. You get picture and word association so you know what names are for nouns, but it's only a limited amount of nouns in the small area. You don't, however, get the verbs. You do have verbs and some adjectives associated with the nouns. It's not comprehensive. You only get 3 at a time, and there are some repeats within the cards. However, when it comes to testing, I feel like it also falls short there. It falls short in that sense that it's like it tests you what the word is for certain things, but it doesn't test you grammar, it doesn't test you reading, which is very important. When you get reading, you can also get it, you can also understand what people are saying, though listening is a whole skill in itself. However, it helps. So Sashingo falls short on a lot of things. Is a good introduction, yes, but you will probably outgrow Sashingo really, really quickly. This so far, just in the first couple hours that we did, good. And I will probably make a quick review of this as when we get a little bit further in. But I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, and I hope we get what do you call it? I hope we'll get more stuff. I don't know how far this goes actually, but we'll do another lesson next week on this. So yeah, next Sunday, because I can't do it on Monday because Monday is going to be for something else. So I guess Japanese lessons are on Sundays now. I've been kind of doing it on Sundays off and on, some Mondays also, but I guess Sunday morning is Japanese lesson time, and we will do it again next Sunday. And take a look more at this. Alright, thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. We will continue next time. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye. See you later.